Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I just thought I'd return to you tonight for this next episode review for The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2 review. This is the episode that was like an hour and like a minute. So it was like 58 minutes. But for this episode, this is the episode where you're going to see a certain character get killed off. And if you've played Last of Us Part 2, the game, you kind of see that, but they kind of do leave out a little bit of some detail in this show, a little bit. So with this episode, we're gonna dive into it, and I'll let you know what I thought of it. So let's dive into this episode 2 review of season 2 of Last of Us. So basically, the beginning of the episode is where I guess it shows Ellie waking up and they gotta go on a patrol, and there's a storm that comes in and kind of basically keeps them in captivity at a certain house or certain convenience store or whatever. They had to basically seek shelter because there was a bad winter storm. And then it shows a few scenes with Abby, and then Abby runs into Joel along with Dina, uh, being by Joel's side for most of the trip up to Abby's lodge, or where they were seeking refuge there. So, seeking shelter there because of the storm. And basically, there is it gets up to where I'm going to talk about the end of the episode, and it's pretty sad, but I knew it was going to happen, basically, because I played the game. But I only stopped at that part. I didn't continue on with the game. Because I didn't feel it was necessary because a certain favorite character of mine got killed off. That was one of the main characters of this show. One of them. But with the character building in this, it's really interesting. I really enjoyed, so far, I'm enjoying Season 2. I mean, granted, they're leaving out a few things in detail. Like, there's a scene where Ellie and Dina have sex or whatever. But that gets explained. It might get explained later on in the show. I don't know. We'll just wait and see. But from what I've gathered, they're trying to cut out a few detailed moments of the show. Like in the video game, it showed Tommy being with Joel. But in this one, it's Dina being with Joel. And, I mean, it didn't really bother me too much, but it's just a little detail that they did kind of swap different characters into that certain scene where Abby and them confront Joel, and Joel meets his demise, unfortunately. So, yeah, this episode was a sad one. A favorite character gets killed off, Pedro Pascal's character, Joel. So, I was really disappointed to see his character go, and I'm sorry, this cat's looking at something up on the ceiling. Kittler, what you looking at? That's one of my cats' names. Kittler Meowstache. So, basically, from what I've seen with this episode, it's a good episode. I mean, granted, they did leave out a few details. They did have that scene where they're in the lodge or whatever. Not at the lodge, but at the kind of place where they're in Jackson, Wyoming. That fort or whatever, where Tommy and them are at. They basically have to fight the infected and the like clickers as well. So they're having to fight those things while Joel is getting beaten the shit out of by Abby, and then Abby does eventually end his life at the end of the episode, and it's pretty sad scene where Ellie says, "I'm gonna kill you all," and all that, and that was probably the most interesting part, where I think the aftermath is where she's gonna go on her revenge spree to go after Abby and seek justice in her eyes. So basically, from what I've seen with episode 2, it did have a sad closing chapter for Joel. So basically, Pedro Pascal's not going to be in the show anymore because of the fact that his character got killed off. So if you have played Last of Us Part 2, which I only played up to the scene where Joel dies, I didn't continue forward, even though I should have, but I didn't. I just didn't feel it was necessary, and they did live up to that, but they kind of did rush it very quick to the scene where Joel dies. I thought it was going to be in the 3rd episode, but no, they rushed it pretty fast in this episode, and I was like, damn, they made that happen really quick. So he only lasted for 2 episodes. That's a shame. But if I were to give Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2 a score, I'm feeling a strong 9 out of 10. It's a really good episode. I mean, granted, they did leave out a few details with this show for some of it, but I don't know. Some of the episodes, they are following it to detail for most of it, but they're leaving out a quarterly of the most important stuff for the show. That is very vital to keeping the show afloat. But other than that, it's still a great episode. I would recommend watching it if you choose to watch it. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for Season 2, Episode 2 for The Last of Us for the 2nd season. I hope you enjoyed this Episode 2 review. I'm going to have more videos come out tomorrow when I can. I haven't been very motivated to do videos due to certain circumstances, but I will get into an update video on how I'm doing and more in the next couple days. And I will get some Marathon Studio album reviews out sometime this week. I'll start with the members-only ones first and then go from there. But until then, I hope you enjoyed Episode 2 of Season 2, The Last of Us show. I'm going to have Episode 3 out for the review for that next week, or by Monday the 28th. They're only having 7 episodes for this season, which is pretty short of a show, but some of the things that they left out were pretty vital for for the first 2 episodes of the show, but at least they stuck true to most of the story that they followed. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this review tonight. Thank you guys for watching.